One thing about a lot of people in the con community is we all love cosplay. Back in the previous episode, you saw how much the van was packed in. When traveling out of state, one needs to make sure everything is packed. That includes not only merchandise, but the stands, the banners, the carts, our own luggage, pajamas, toiletries, change of clothes, and of course, cosplay. And it all goes back into the now infamous Honda Odyssey. And honestly, it's a lot to keep track of. Saturday is a particularly busy day for all cons. Everyone's off work and everyone usually makes time for it. All 3-day weekend passes and Saturday passes for this con sold out. And boy, you could tell. The con opened its doors around 10 a.m., but for us, the day started at 6 in the morning. Athena is a very talented and driven cosplayer and wants to get it done right and wants to get all the details locked in. For Saturdays, you can see she was Jinx, and it takes about 2 hours to get into, and that's Season 2 Jinx. Season 1 Jinx, which she is very infamously known for, takes almost 3 hours. The makeup is the longest part, and with that, we rush off, and in the morning, we had to move fast. There are times where people who run booths don't really get a chance to eat breakfast, and face it, we all need to eat. But sometimes we have to opt for eating at the booth.
I'm eating. I promise.
Yeah, sometimes con is so busy getting ready in the morning that you gotta like skedaddle and eat breakfast in the booth.
Breakfast in the booth. Thank you for doing my tattoos.
From wake up to get breakfast and get ready, how long did that all take?
What was it? A 2.5 hour process? We kind of got distracted though, talking to some people in the lobby though, waiting for breakfast. So I think that kind of set us back. But yeah, normally Jinx takes me good 2 to 3 hours to get into. This Jinx here takes me about 2 hours. My other Jinx takes about 3. So this one's a lot easier. But the makeup alone is like about 40 minutes. I know. To look this crazy takes 40 minutes.
At 10 a.m., the doors open. But this day, everything doesn't shut down until about 8 p.m. that night.
Doing social media before it gets crazy busy, because once it gets busy, we won't have any time for like photos or pictures or any of that.
So, how long are you gonna be open today? What are your hours today?
So it is from opens at like 9 for VIP, 10 is for normal people, and then we are here until 8. The vendor hall closes at 8, but we realistically don't get out here until like 8:30ish because we have to close up the booths and wait for all the people to leave and all that stuff. So it's a long day. It's a full busy day. And constantly talking to people. I'm just on 100% of the time. Like, let's go. Usually the days go pretty fast though when it's like that.
Another brief thing I wanted to highlight was that all the guests, for the most part, are in the same boat. And the lines to see people like Dolph Lundgren and Alan Tudyk were absolutely immense. And yeah, they have breaks, but can you imagine saying hi to hundreds of people throughout the day? On top of that, I even attended Alan Tudyk's Q&A panel, which was really funny, and again, he has such a bright personality. It's perfect for wanting to connect with people. I wandered around for a little bit, saw a bunch of neat cosplays, but eventually made my way back to Athena.
Yep, does happen. Sometimes cosplays break right on the floor. But we got contact cement, so I was able to fix it.
And from my point of view, at the exact same time, my bag zipper broke, so yeah.
So each year, if I'm to make it individually, it's about 2 to 3 hours. But
Alright, it is about middle of the day.
yeah.
Updates, how are we doing? How are you doing?
Doing good. The ears are very popular. That's what everyone's interested in. But yeah, it's going good. Busy, very busy, lots of people. But it's good. Yeah.
Cool. So it's about 3 o'clock.
Yep.
How are you feeling? How has sales been? How's everything going?
Sales have been really good. The animal ears are staying strong. I'm a bit beepy, but you know, I'm still good. I'm still standing. Yeah, it's been awesome. Vibes are at a 10, and everyone's really nice. Everyone's having a really good time, so that's always good. I like to see when everyone's having a good time.
And again, we're here for another 5 hours, right?
Yep.
5 more hours because it's closed at 8.
Long day.
To help the feet, though, these mats are absolutely a must.
Yes. Yep, anti-fatigue mats for any other vendors. These are nice. Very, very nice.
I didn't get to ask much again because all the vendors and people were just so busy talking and engaging with people, so I had to take a step back and let them do their jobs. Here's one thing to keep in mind. Vendors have a hard time finding time to go look around or partake in events or even meet up with people. That being said, one of the interesting things about Albuquerque Comic Con is around 6:30 or 7 p.m., Artist Alley does get very quiet, and it gave vendors an opportunity to walk around. Unfortunately, same thing can't be said about other cons in the valley, especially from Arizona, where people shop up until the last minute. And the nice thing about the con settling down early, I got to go back and ask our friends some questions. How was day 2? How'd you do? How were your sales?
It was pretty good. We sold a lot of stuff. Sales were pretty great. It was always fun seeing people in their cosplays, coming to see what we had and all that stuff. It's just a very great experience to do all this all here.
Awesome, thank you. And my second question is the flow, the amount of people that were here today. Were you prepared for that at all?
Yeah, we were very prepared for the big flow that comes in. Every Friday, it's always a looking day, so people just look around to see what they have, and then that's when the next day it becomes more of a frenzy.
What is Con Brain?
Con brain is when the whole day goes by after talking to hundreds and hundreds of people, and you're so burnt out that you can't even function normally anymore. Honestly, that's con brain. Yeah,
And I'm assuming you have Con Brain right now.
very much so. Compared to when you first interviewed me, I'm sure there's a bit of a difference now. I'm sure a little bit from my voice, a little bit.
How would you say today went overall?
You know what? It went pretty well. It did drop out somewhere around like 4 o'clock, so about 4 hours earlier than it should have, which was kind of a little weird, but I understand there's a bunch of panels and like the cosplay contest, but otherwise super busy, non-stop. Had a lot of fun, but like again, just super tired.
Are you ready for tomorrow?
Oh my god, no. I am not ready for tomorrow. My voice is so messed up, like it hurts. Like I feel a long line of like pain just shooting down my throat right now. It is so awful. But I prefer this than the wig headache, so that's all I gotta say.
What's a good tip for just tonight to make it through the next day?
Keep hydrated, keep eating. That's all I gotta say. Just power through, because by the end of the weekend, it's gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. You just gotta power through. You gotta lock in. That's all I gotta say.
Fairy, so it is the end of day 2.
Yes.
Couple questions.
Okay.
How'd you do today? How was the day? What's your thoughts about the day?
Really good. Really, really good. I did awesome. Today was crazy busy. A lot of talking, a lot of people. My social battery's definitely down, but the vibes were at a 10, so I'm all good.
Can you describe to the audience what Con Brain is?
Okay, so it's like your brain getting mushy. It's like you just can't think. Like someone will talk to you and then you'll be like, I'm sorry, what? Like, or I'll be counting cash and then I'm like, wait, what was your change again? It's kind of like your brain is just mush, and I think it just comes from so much going on constantly all the time in all these different conversations, and it's like once I have one conversation, I don't even have time to decompress from it. It's like the next person comes in with their own energy and their own stories, and you have to be present in the moment with that person. So it's like you're constantly on. and that can be exhausted. So there's a little dum-dum moments.
And then for those who are vending, and just for those in general who are going to be here tomorrow, whether they're guests, what advice do you have for vendors who may be tired and going into the final day? We know it's the final rush, but what advice do you have for people?
Just take it easy. Take it easy. Sunday is usually the sleepy day, so you can just like wander around, and usually even the vendors themselves are a little bit on the sleepy end. If you're cosplaying, chill cosplay. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more chill than Saturday.
As you'll see with cons in the future, Athena's mother Stella always has food ready by the time we get back home. However, again, we're in Albuquerque, so I wanted to lend a hand, and I hopped on a scooter to go downtown and get some teriyaki chicken for everybody. Because after the night before, I felt like everybody deserved to turn in early. Athena and her dad like to end the night off with a call back home. You know that saying from Avatar, "Sully stick together"? So does Athena and her family. So yeah, it's the end of day 2. We're just laying in bed, we showered, gonna go to bed in T-minus 30 seconds probably.
Yeah. It was really good though. Today was awesome. It's crazy busy. My social battery's low, but hopefully with some sleep I can regain it for Sunday.
Last home stretch, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so we got dinner and relaxed, we connected with some family back home, and yeah, we're all taking turns in the shower right now, so.
Yep. All clean. Jinx makeup wiped off. Tomorrow will be power.
Power.
It'll be fun.
Well, guys, day 3. Or you can do it too. We woke up at about 6:30. Today's cosplay was Power from Chainsaw Man. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us about
Day 3. Oh my gosh. Tired but excited. Nervous. I couldn't eat anything this morning, so but hopefully I can eat something later. But yeah, I'm also really excited. So we're just going through security and gonna open up my booth.
What's today's cosplay?
I am Power from Chainsaw Man. So Power's voice actors here and a bunch of other Chainsaw Man like cosplayers. So I was like, you know what? I'll play along too. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
So yesterday you did pretty good.
Yeah, I did
How-
really good. It was crazy busy. So many people. Oh my God, so many conversations. So many yeah, it was crazy.
How you doing? I'm Mike Kimmel, the original beast from the East, from the beautiful Bronx, New York. I've been acting. I almost said professional wrestling. I was in professional wrestling. Now I'm in acting. Going on 40 years now, and hopefully I learned a few things or two. The last 12 years I've been doing this series of books for actors of all ages. I've got scene books and monologue books, and the new one is 50 Secrets Nobody Tells You in Hollywood. And it's not just for Hollywood actors, but it relates to just about anything that actors might go through. And as an actor, I had 10 years of experience in New York, had my union cards, and did a lot of commercials, a ton of theater. I was on Broadway and went on out to Hollywood after 10 years of experience in New York. Still found I had a lot to learn, so I always remembered all those lessons and said, you know, I think a lot of people are going to benefit from the bumps and the bruises that me and my colleagues have taken through the years, so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and take all the bumps for yourself.
And from your experience at your first con, what advice would you have for somebody who's like, oh, I want to go to a con, I want to sell my book.
Gotcha.
What advice do you have for that
I
person?
would say bring plenty of merchandise and be prepared just to say hello and be friendly to people. People are coming in. You don't want to be too pushy with people. You don't want to be like you're selling fish out of an ice bucket on the corner. But you want to just say hello and just recognize that people are a little bit in senses overloaded in a place like this. You can only swipe that card so many times, but if they see your merchandise and you have it displayed attractively and you're generally friendly and gracious and humble and outgoing, they'll look at, oh, books, these are acting books. My little nephew back in Phoenix, Arizona wants to be an actor. Let me get him an acting book, that type of thing. Let people connect the dots on their own.
And Athena took a moment to actually walk around some of Artist Alley.
I haven't had a chance to walk around, so a lot of the times, since I am working this event, I actually don't get the chance to walk around or look at things because I'm working. I gotta be at my booth, and also at cons there is a rule that someone has to be manning the booth. Booths can't just be left empty or no one there. So thankfully I have a team though. But I like to be there because people like to talk to the artist. So I'm just taking this chance while it's like everyone's kind of setting up and just to look around and that kind of thing, because now I have my chance to do it.
While walking around, we stumbled upon a mother setting up a booth for her daughter who couldn't be there that day. Seeing her booth and hearing her story reminded me of why I'm actually doing this documentary. It's to create awareness that this does take a lot of work and this doesn't just appear overnight, but it's also to help people who may be on the fence about this and who may not believe in themselves that they can't do this. I hope to show them that it is very possible to do this. If you're watching this, Belle Blade, you got this. Keep working on your art. You got this. I took the chance to walk around with some writers because, you know what, I liked writing and there's part of me that really misses that, and who knows, maybe in the near future I might get back into doing it.
I'm Philip Kinn. I'm an author. I'm based out of Santa Fe, and I've been doing this comic convention for about the last 4 years, selling books. And I started out with just a couple, and now I have a complete trilogy plus a bonus time travel book. And a 4-book series has been really a pleasure to sell here.
All right, and what advice do you have for people who maybe want to get, not necessarily into con, but like when you're wanting to create, or even specifically for writers, what advice do you have for them?
I'd say my biggest advice, and this applies to whether you're writing books or skateboarding, is figure out a process. Everybody's process is different, and I'd say put yourself in that mentality. It's like, what process do I need to go through? And when you have a book idea, you start out with your big bold idea, and then you're like, okay, I need characters, I need this, and you start to develop your process. So that's my big advice for sure. And just spend a lot of time practicing, just like anything else. Like, you're not gonna write, and actually this is something I kind of learned the hard way, you're not gonna write a bestseller your first attempt. You're gonna write something that's pretty crappy, and then you're gonna have to work really hard to polish up that turd, you know? So anyways, yeah, it's been great. I highly recommend getting involved in anything creative. It gives you purpose in life.
Now, of course, obviously, cosplay is such a big part of the community, but as many of you know, there are many people who do it professionally, and one of those people is Kamentari.
Hi, my name is Kamentari, and I'm a content creator. I do a lot of cosplay, modeling stuff. I love anything and everything that's nerdy or artsy. So I like to stream video games on Twitch. I like to do like little TikTok videos, and I like to do cosplay.
And this, earlier you told me this is your first convention, kind of being a cosplay guest artist from a while. What, has anything changed between the last time you did it and now?
I think so. It seems like the market is headed more away from cosplayers, which I think is really sad because cosplay and convention started out as a big community thing. And so it's all about acceptance. It's all about having fun together and coming together on a shared, interest of like nerdy anime or comic or video game stuff. And so I think cosplayers do have an important role in that, in facilitating like fun, openness, creating friendships, and just celebrating everything that we love together.
And now that you've come back to it, what shows do you have planned for in the future that you're looking into going to?
I have a lot of friends in Kansas, believe it or not, so I would love to go back there. I had a great time in Lubbock, Texas. Maybe I can go again sometime there. And I'm also from Oregon, so I'll be looking into a lot of local cons there as well.
Out of all your cosplays you've done, which one is your personal favorite?
Ooh, that's like trying to ask me what my favorite child is. Let's see, I love princessing a lot, so Mulan, Jasmine. I did Megara for the first time from Hercules yesterday, which I loved. And then of course Pokemon has a huge place in my heart, so anything Pokemon. This is my first time as Officer Jenny too, so I like it.
And it's been 3 days. How do you feel about Albuquerque Comic Con, like afterwards?
I love Albuquerque Comic Con. This is a home con for me. The owner has always been so gracious in supporting local talent and big talent as well. It's always nice. It kind of just feels like coming home sometimes, So I love Albuquerque Comic Con. If you've never been to New Mexico, I definitely recommend trying this out.
And then the final question, what tips do you have for people who are setting up and taking down, or who are thinking about boothing for the first time, whether they're artists, whether they're writers or cosplayers?
Okay, that is a tough question. I've been on both sides too because I own my thrift store as well, so I know what it's like to set up a bunch of inventory and what it's like to set up not a lot of inventory but kind of yourself. Definitely do a practice run at home. Every con has a different dimensions of a space, so make sure that whatever you want to bring fits in your space, and you have a list of everything you want to bring, and give yourself more than enough time.
As the final hours approach the con, I wanted to get some final closing statements from everybody we talked to this weekend. What was your experience?
Very impressed. It's a good show, lots of good folks, a lot of interest in. As a vendor, people are very willing to invest, which is a good thing. Yeah. And everybody seems to be having a great time.
And last question, what's your next big event that you're going to go to?
Oh, I'm going to be doing Scottsdale Book Festival next weekend, and then Tempe Fan Con the weekend after. Then a couple of weeks, the weekend after that, I'm at a Barnes & Noble in California.
Nice.
Then I'll be going to StoryCon in Salt Lake City. So, yeah, my winter is pretty booked already. Gosh, more stuff that I can't figure.
All good, all good.
Yeah.
Well, you have a safe travel home. I'm glad the weekend went well for you, and I'll see you around.
Take care, brother.
Hey, John.
Hello.
So now that we've reached the last hour of everything, how was your weekend? How'd you do? How are you feeling?
Really good. Numbers are looking really good. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of fanning through and seeing how many prints of each one I've got and seeing what I might need for next week's show. Next week's show I'm doing an anime-heavy show in Mesa, Arizona called TayuCon. So I'm just kind of seeing what I might need to bring and get reprinted. So I traveled with a little over 700 prints, so I got to make sure I have enough. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
What advice do you have for somebody who may be thinking about being a vendor or doing an artist alley for their first time?
Ooh, I would definitely say start local. Don't travel thousands of miles and hope you're gonna make a lot of money. Try something in your local town. That's what I did in Salt Lake. And get an artist alley table, and even if it's just a little pop-up banner, something, have something behind you, show all the artwork you got. And my number one key advice, and everybody's noticed this on either side of me, I never sit down. So you got to be up, you got to be talking to somebody, you got to pull people over. If you see somebody wearing a shirt that is related to something you have a design of, say, hey, I've got that stitch, or whatever it is. So yeah, you got to be over, you got to talk to everybody. definitely got to break out of your own shell. Yeah, that'd be my best advice. But yeah, start local. Be willing to, always have a commission that's open. It adds to your catalog. That's what I've done. So I've got over 1,000 designs now. So easily 40% or more came from commissions and things like that.
It's your whole banner. I didn't get that last time. How do you both feel about the con as a whole?
You know what? I thought it was pretty successful. So I'm tired, but I had fun, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Nice.
I had fun. It was very successful. Yeah.
It was. I think we did really good, and it was cool to meet all the people. I mean, we're definitely exhausted and tired of I have all these lines on my head and everything now, but it was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
What is the immediate first thing you all do when you get home? Like eat, food, nap? What do you do?
Well, I don't know about her, but I do inventory immediately because I still have a little bit of that energy left. And then as soon as that's done, I eat right away.
Nice.
I typically do the same thing. I mean, at least last time I helped her out with inventory. And then we just eat, shower, and sleep. That's kind of the basic routine.
Right.
That's the recovery process, right?
Yep.
I got it. Okay. So, I guess I had a similar question as yesterday, but like, to survive all 3 days as a vendor, as an Artist Alley person, what would you recommend people maybe have in their booth, or like what would you recommend people do to make sure they don't lose it mentally?
Yeah, I will say this until I die, food and water. You cannot go a single day at a con without food or water. Even if you have to sneak it in, it doesn't matter. You need it because without it, you get emotions start playing at you. You're tired. You need to energize up again. So yeah, that's all I say.
I'd say food and water is good too, but and if you can have someone to help you, because it's just one thing. I mean, you can do it alone, and I know sometimes people have no choice, but it really makes a difference having two of us up here to exchange or to do things together, especially with everything that we have up here, versus doing it alone. I don't genuinely think it would be possible doing it alone. It just feels like it's rough.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice is just do it. Do one event. If you don't like it, you never have to do it again. But otherwise, it's so worth it financially. And I mean, even if you don't make anything the first con, if you keep going, you'll eventually go back into the green again. But there's just so many more benefits. You get to meet so many people. You get to meet celebrities if you want to. And it's so much fun.
And like always, the con came to a close. It was time to pack down. Now, from my experience, packing down does take considerably less time, and especially since all we had was an Artist Alley, it went over pretty smooth. In fact, I think we got done in about an hour.
Hello.
It is now Monday morning, and I'm gonna have a little bit of breakfast here, and we're all kind of just waking up. I'm tired.
I think we all are.
You know, this is my love, my passion, and I'm really grateful to have Dad help me and you, Noah, help me, and you know, it really takes a team to put it all together.
What was something that was different from this year's Albuquerque Comic Con compared to last year?
So this year there's definitely a lot more people. I definitely felt the busyness. They said that they had the double amount of people come, and definitely felt that. Also too, at least for me, my sales did better, which yay. The animal ears were very popular, or way more popular than last year too. So that was, it's exciting as an artist to see my creations and my art bring joy to so many people, and especially that they like, you know, especially with the animal ears, like they wear them and it makes them happy, and they bring it to other events and that kind of stuff. So
If you had any advice, I ask everybody this, any advice to stay alive and awake for all 3 days, like if you're a vendor, what advice do you have for them?
oh my gosh, kind of just, I don't know, you just like, you sign up for this, and it's like just believing in yourself, like this is going to work, this is, like, I'm here for my art, I'm here for myself, and you have to show up, and it's just kind of having that discipline of being like, no, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be present with these people. And I think the excitement of the con itself, like the con rush, also keeps me awake, and the excitement, and when, even though I'm tired, like I see the other people coming by my booth and getting excited about my art, and it gets me excited, which keeps me awake.
It's a hard thing doing this. It's so much work, but it is very rewarding. You have to be tough, resilient, but one thing's for sure, you gotta have passion. Our journey isn't done. We still have a lot to show all of you about this life. Albuquerque Comic Con was just the beginning.